Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, let's get back into it.
What do you wish?
We already talked
I am
to
no
you.
merchant, but
But I just want to see if you have any books. No, we already checked you had books and you did not. Except for the song book. Alright, anyways, there's a quest over here. Let's talk to him.
Andera Natishan, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
You've been a bit suspicious. No, I don't mind, I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger.
Please, I'd like to hear about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Denilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Denilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Denilah is alive or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Masiranas, thank you. The Keeper means well, but I must discover the truth for myself. If you are in the forest, perhaps you might come across her, alive or dead. Any news would be better than none. And in return, I would be happy to gift you an amulet made by our craftsman. It may fetch you some coin in the human lands.
I'll see what I can do.
You are most kind.
I should go.
Please, should you come across my wife, return and tell me.
Can do. Colored inks. Landmark Trent. We're in front and center. Mabari dominance is now active. Nice. God of the craft. This carving represents June, the elven god of crafting.
As you wish. This should be easy enough.
What's over here?
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
I understand.
Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral. Be careful in the camp. We are not used to outsiders walking amongst us. Remember.
Okay. No, wait. I don't want to go there yet. I don't want to continue on. What's over here? Anything over here? There's a death root. Death root stock.
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
If I'm lucky, maybe I can find them.
An outsider to the rescue, but of course. What were we doing trying to solve our own problems?
I'm just trying to help your people.
Nothing will help us now. Least of all, the meddling of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Cyril. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us.
It is even more difficult when you live amongst them, trust me.
Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Yes, I'd like that.
Come and join us then, all of you. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell. We were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales?
You started a war with us and lost. But there's more to it than that. I don't want to say that. That's a very oversimplification of it. But I'll say that. You started a war with us and lost.
We started the war, did we? And you, child, what do you believe happened to the Dales?
The Shemlin wouldn't let us be.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us. A great crusade.
Not every human felt that way, I'm sure.
And which is worse? The actions of those who believed they were right, or the inaction of those who knew they were wrong? Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
And we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost lore.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenan, and never again shall we submit.
And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
Thank you, I enjoyed it very much.
Perhaps one day you will tell us a tale of your people. A day when you are not guest and stranger, but savior. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
Yes, tell me of the forest.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And those battles toward the Veil?
Indeed. Very wise of you. There was so much death that the veil into the Beyond was torn. The Shemlin know the Beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men. They found traces of our ancestors.
Huh. This Witherfang still exists today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
So there are many spirits in the forest?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
There are battles in the forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here, in slavery? Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I need to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
Cool.
Hello?
Hello yourself. Who are you? No, there's no need to be afraid of me.
Of course. I'm very sorry. It's just that we don't get many visitors. Like you, I mean. Of your kind.
You've never seen a human before?
Oh, of course. It's just that they don't... I mean, you don't... Oh, I should start over. I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Who's Dana?
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
There must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
What if I got a pelt for you?
No, I couldn't do that. I must kill the beast myself. It is my rite of passage to become a full hunter.
Do you want to marry Gaina or not? Make a decision. Now, perhaps I could talk to Gaina for you.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I could be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
It can't hurt.
Cyranas, oh ma Cyranas, I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
The statue dedicated to elf wolf god Finn Harald.
On it.
Finn Harald, the Dread Wolf. This is actually important. There is precious little we know about Finn Harald, for they say he did not care for our people. Elgar'nan and Mythal created the world as we know it. Andruil taught us the ways of the hunter. Silas and June gave us fire and crafting. But Finn Harald kept to himself and plotted the betrayal of the gods, of all the gods. And after the destruction of Arlathan, when the gods could no longer hear our prayers, it is said that Finn Harald spent centuries in a far corner of the earth, giggling madly and hugging himself in glee. The legends say that before the fall of Arlathan, the gods we know and revere fought an endless war with others of their kind. There is not a Haren among us who remembers these others. Only in dreams do we hear whispered the names of Gelduran and Darnthal and Anaris, for they are the forgotten ones, the gods of terror and malice, spite and pestilence. In ancient times, only Finn Harald could walk without fear among both our gods and the Forgotten Ones. For although he is kin to the gods of the people, the Forgotten Ones know of his cunning ways and saw him as one of their own. And that is how Finn Harald tricked them. Our gods saw him as brother, and they trusted him when he said that they must keep to the heavens while he arranged a truce. And the Forgotten Ones trusted him also when he said he would arrange for the defeat of our gods, if only the Forgotten Ones would return to the Abyss for a time. They trusted Finn Harald, and they were all of them betrayed, and Finn Harald sealed them away so they could never again walk among the people. From the tale of Finn Harald's triumph, as told by Gishero, keeper of the Ralafaran clan of the Dalish Elves. Okay. So that's important for Dragon Age Inquisition. There's a certain twist that I'm not going to spoil.
Andaran Atishan, outsider.
You are Ganon, correct? Cameron mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him, then believe in him and help him succeed.
Oh, you are right. I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen. Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today. We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
This is so wonderful. Young love allowed to flourish.
Here,
Yes,
take this.
I agree,
It's been in
Liliana.
my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Thanks, Liliana. So, young love, allowed to flourish. Where did they go? They just completely disappeared. Are they doing the nasty? I think they're doing the nasty.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
They are not your mounts? You make them sound like friends.
That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
So why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery, for her sake as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Try to examine the examine the Hala. No, try to calm the Hala.
Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Hala was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranas, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Aw. Poor Hala. Moss-covered statue. This broken moss-covered statue once represented Gillanane, the elven goddess of guides and navigation. To the Dela, she is known as the Mother of the Hala. Oh.
Let's get started.
Anything else? Are we good? Are we good to move on? I think we might be good to move on. I think we've talked to everybody. Brazilian Forest. Gather your party and venture forth? Yes.
They say the veil is thin here, and all manner of strange things may be seen.
Oh yeah? Is that so? Blight Wolf. Kill the werewolves. Huh.
Let's get started.
Let's see here. Now backtrack a little bit. Oh yeah, Zebran, you can summon a bear now too. Any activate mode, summon bear or spider. Let's do spider. Okay. Ugh. At least he's on our side, I suppose.
Right.
Now, Win, where's your pet? Can you summon a pet? I forget, can Mages summon a pet? Let me see, can Mages summon a pet? I guess I can shapeshift. That's their pet abilities, that they shapeshift. Yeah, because none of these other abilities summon a pet. Plot. Vessel of the Spirit. Oh, this is Win's special ability. Alright. Continuing on. And Joste's Grace. Sweet, Win leveled up. Enemy clustered at least 4. Then usability... Tempest. Blizzard and Tempest put together. What's up, dude?
The Watchwolves have spoken truly, my brothers and sisters. The Dalish and the human of all things, to repay us for our attack, to put us in our place. What bitter irony.
And who are you supposed to be?
You speak to Swift-Runner. I lead my cursed brothers and sisters. Turn back now. Go back to the Dalish and tell them that you have failed. Tell them we will gladly watch them suffer the same curse we have suffered for too long. We will watch them pay.
I would prefer to talk to you. I mean you no harm.
Was it not Sathrian who sent you? He wishes only our destruction, never to talk.
You talk to Sathrian as if you know him.
We have never met, he and I. He would not survive the experience. I swear it.
Why exactly? Why do you hate him so much?
You know nothing, do you? Nothing of us, and even less of those you serve. You are a fool, and we are done talking. Run from the forest while you can. Run to the Dalish and tell them they are doomed.
I don't want to fight, but neither can I retreat.
I do not wish to fight you either, but we cannot trust you. Come, brothers and sisters, let us retreat. The forest has eyes of its own, and it will deal with intruders as it always has.
Alright, so we avoided a fight. Nice. Have we been through here? Wait a minute. Hang on, there's something that I wanted to do. Let's see here, we had some gifts to give out. Liliana plot. Here we are.
Flowers? For me? They smell lovely, and there's something so familiar about them. These were my mother's flowers. She would sprinkle the dry petals amongst her clothes. Oh, they smell just like her. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Liliana. And then I think that will unlock new conversation and dialogue points. I think. Don't quote me on that. I thought we were going to avoid the fight. Oh well. I guess this is just how it has to be.
On it.
Who is this?
Who comes?
You're badly wounded. What happened to you?
We were sent to find Witherfang. Bring his heart. Attacked.
Kill him while he's unconscious? Why would you do that? Examine him. His wounds are deep, and some are still bleeding heavily, the result of an attack by creatures with large claws. He does not appear to have any bite marks. Take the hunter back to the Dalish camp.
And Darren Atishan, Grey Warden. Our scouts saw you approaching and tell me you carry the body of one of our hunters with you. Ah, Dagon. He is wounded, but I think he will live.
I'm glad we were able to help him. Thank the Maker we returned to the Dalish in time. He must have watched over this man.
Ma Sirenas, your help is appreciated. Come, Lethaline, let us take Dagon to the Keeper, and quickly. If we are lucky, we may still save him.
Cool. Back into the forest. Through here? I take it. Oh yeah, we've already looked over here. That's where we just found the hunter. Okay. This way.
Darkspawn approach. Watch for their blood.
Darkspawn? We have so many melee people. We have an army. Silver cord. Spell resistance. Severin, let's give this to you, because this one's better, because it doesn't subtract from strength and willpower. Reduces hostility. Received. Alright. What is this?
Time for some fun.
It's an ent. It's a tree ent.
As you wish.
Let's go back, because there was more to explore back here, I think. What? There's a Hurlock to loot.
This should be easy enough.
Mystic Side of Power.
On it.
You see a tombstone before you. It gives you an uneasy feeling. Leave the tombstone alone. So we can't do anything with the tombstone? Oh, come on. That's so close to the ground. You can just jump down. You can just jump down from there. And this is where I wish I had the ability to jump. Okay, let's down this way. Let's go this way. Oh god, it's another treant. How many of these are there? There we go.
Right.
Landmark tree. Alright, Orin, you're up. Bari dominance is now activated. Dual wielding next. Grand Oak.
What manner of beast be thee that comes before this elder tree?
You're not going to attack me, are you?
Thou speakest of the others, how filled they are with hate. I apologize on their behalf. They cannot control their fate. Allow me a moment to welcome thee. I am called the Grand Oak, sometimes the Elder Tree.
The world is certainly full of marvelous, unexpected creations. Each day we see something that we never thought possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And unless thou thinkst it far too soon, might I ask of thee a boon?
What are you exactly?
I am an elder oak and nothing more. Though once I dreamt of a time before when I roamed the world and howled with pain, not of this world, but twixt and twain. Perhaps I was a spirit then, a wandering thing drawn to this glen. But then that spirit joined with a tree. Since then, a tree is all I need.
So you're a spirit tree. You're much more than just a tree.
There are many just as I, but mad they are, I shall not lie. A spirit trapped within a tree, no mouth to scream, nor eyes to see. A cage of bark, a prison wood, a thing of rage where nature stood. So twisted sylvan they become, but I am not the same as some. I accept my fated oaken home. I feel no need to rage and roam.
Why do you speak in rhymes?
I do not know. Why dost thou not? Thy words seem plain, a mundane lot. Perhaps a poet's soul's in me. Does that make me a poetry?
Oh God. A poetry, yes, I get it.
It was but a simple jest, a jibe to entertain my guest.
I would like to know more of this forest.
I can only speak to what a tree may see. It may not help you, but it is enough for me.
Why is it called the Brazilian forest exactly?
That is but a human name. One placed upon this land their claim. A claim they stole from ancient elves, whom they first killed, and were killed themselves.
There were elves who lived here?
It was the elves who planted the seeds, raised the forest, saw to its needs. But that was all so long ago. That they are dead is all I know.
What happened here to make the forest like this?
A great war, perhaps. I cannot tell. I was not here when it befell. But many deaths here, all the same. And with the deaths, the spirits came. The spirits entered corpse and tree, and most went mad, as thou canst see. The forest had a spirit of its own, from back when its first seeds were sown. Perhaps she died of grief that day, or perhaps she simply went away. Or perhaps the wares are the ones to blame, for the day she left is the day they came.
I don't understand.
I speak as clearly as I see. Plainer than this, I cannot be.
Is there anything around here of note?
Most of what was is overgrown, leaving only broken stone. Perhaps some ruins remain free of rot. I know not where, I see them not.
Where can I find this? Find Witherfang's lair?
In the center of the forest, the wares do dwell, or so go the tales my fellows tell. But they cannot be followed there. The forest doth protect the wares.
Why do the trees protect them?
Perhaps wares use magic to command the trees. All I know is they move as they please.
Is there any other way to get to the center of the forest?
Perform the boon as I ask, and I shall reward thee for the task. I have but one desire, to solve a matter very dire. As I slept one early morn, a thief did come and steal an acorn.
An acorn?
All I have is my being, my seed. Without it, I am alone indeed. I cannot go and seek it out, yet I shall die if left without.
Very well, I will help you.
Go to the east to find this man. I shall await. Do what thou can.
Okay. What's back here? This campsite appears remarkably intact. The tents and bedrolls are covered with leaves, but are dry and whole. The fire pit smokes and possesses embers enough to build into a small flame. There are no signs of any inhabitants.
This is strange. The werewolves would not use such a camp, would they? Whoever this belongs to must be nearby.
You're probably right. Keep an eye out. You get no hint of danger, though it strikes you as odd that the camp is abandoned. Perhaps scratching the camp. No. Yeah, that's an E. Perhaps searching the camp will give more clues as to its nature.
This should be easy enough.
You examine the remains of the fire pit. It has been untended for several hours at most. The embers draw you in, almost hypnotizing you.
I'm surprised that fire hasn't burned out. We should tend it. Is there a stick about? I am tired.
Stay alert. This could be some kind of trap. The flame emits a sudden warmth, draining your strength even more. You turn away, the chill seeping back into your bones. You are exhausted. You examine the bedroll. It looks clean and warm. You feel like you haven't slept in ages. It would be so nice to curl up and sleep.
I feel magic here. Draining my strength. We must leave. And soon.
I feel it too. We need to stay awake. You turn away from the bedroll, only something. I didn't read the last part. You look inside the tent and are surprised by how dry and cozy it feels. It is clean, but empty. What a pleasant place to rest your head.
The elven hunters didn't make this camp. Yet I don't feel very bloody concerned about that. I just want a nap, of all things. Go figure.
No, we can't sleep here. We need to go. It takes all your strength to step back from the tent. A wave of weariness washes through you, despite your efforts to resist it. Okay, we've examined everything. Yeah. Guess we just walk away then. As you turn to leave, you find your steps growing laden. Fatigue tugs at your limbs and you yawn. It has been a long journey. Perhaps it is safe to rest here?
You know, if it's all the same to you, why don't we sit down for a while? Strange as it sounds, I'd rather camp here before going back out into the forest.
You're right. It's so hard to think clearly. Unable to resist its strange siren call, you trudge back to the tents and quickly collapse and drift off into a blissful sleep. Oh God. Oh no! We're all dead? How did we all die? I guess we stayed too long. There we go. With the shade destroyed, the fog seems to lift. The camp that was here is ancient, and the remains of the shade's victims all lie as if sleeping still.
How long has that spirit lingered there? And how many has it preyed upon? I shudder to think of it.
Indeed. Cleansing aura. There we go. All the... It's like we never died in the first place. Greater Shade. You got nothing. What is this way? Sweet. Okay. So we've explored this area, explored that. We've already done all this. Oh, there's a exit over here. South exit to East Forest. Alright, you guys, well, I think this is a good stopping point. I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you so much for watching. I've been the lovely Miss Scarlet Fox. Please be sure to like the video, comment all the comments, subscribe to the channel, all that good shit. And I will see you guys in the next video.